What's up, guys? It's 6 o'clock in the morning. Up a little earlier than usual, getting ready for personal trainer day. I missed the cut the other day, so I had to book a early morning session because this is all she had available. So actually it's not till 8:30, but if I don't get up by at least a few hours before I gotta do something, get some coffee in me. Coffee's rolling, good. If I don't get some coffee in me, get everything moving, I got no motivation. If I'd have got up at 7 and said, okay, let's get going, no way, no chance. So anyway, this is the second day of doing this with a trainer. The first day was just mostly stretching, a little bit of weight training through, light weights, just learning machines, learning certain things and techniques, styles, forms, so it was all mostly that for the hour. So today we'll document it. It's going to be probably the same thing, a lot of stretching because it's a lot about flexibility, mobility in my joints, my hips, my stuff like that. So don't expect to see anything major as far as high intensity, super sweat flying everywhere. It's not going to be like that. It's not exactly like a bodybuilding program that I'm going through. It's mostly about flexibility, mobility, gaining a little strength in the core and legs and certain key areas. So she's going to run me through some stuff, and I'm going to take you on the journey with me. Be mic'd up, we'll talk through it. Might not be very entertaining, but it'll definitely be, maybe you'll learn something. So, and then I'll share with you a little bit later some of the changes and things that I'm doing for my game, some things that I figured out as far as what I've been struggling with over the last month or so. And we'll talk about all that. But I'm going to have some coffee, I'll get ready to go, and we'll see you guys out there. You ready? I'm ready. I think. Probably not. Alright, so we're here inside getting ready for our training session. And it's actually not very busy, so it's a nice gym. Got all kinds of stuff around. Every single machine you can think of. Very cool place, very nice. Got a lot of different things here. One of the real cool things I want to show you, I'm going to take you up here. Hi, speaking of the trainer. So I'm going to take you through the cinema, which is actually pretty cool. I'm going to go through and show you one of the unique situations here. So you can come in here and you'll notice there's actually a schedule of movies that get played. So we walk in to the theater. So it's pretty cool. So you can see there's treadmills all over and a big screen TV. And you can sit here and literally go through and watch a movie while you're on the treadmills and stuff. So it's pretty cool. That's one of the cool features of this place. So, all right, well, I'm gonna go get dressed and then we'll get moving on this. All right, so the first thing we're gonna say is this isn't gonna be like a high intensity type thing. This is Shelly, by the way. Hi, Shelly. So she's the trainer. She takes care of everything here. She tells me all the things that I do wrong, which is pretty much everything, which is cool. So I don't stretch right, I don't work out right, I don't eat right, I don't do anything right. So we're going to fix all that. And she said the first thing we're going to do is what?
Dynamic warm-up.
Okay,
yeah.
So something that I probably suck at as well. So we're going to do that. What do we got to do here?
Basically, we're going to try to get some blood flow to you, but something you should probably do before you bowl. Okay, so something I need to do before I bowl. So we're going to do that. Yeah. Hopefully it's not like cardio type situation. No, more of like a stretching, but not in a static.
Okay, so stretching. Stretching's good. So, okay, let's do it. Right. What are we doing?
So we're going to start here. I want you to just put your foot out in front of you. Feel the back of your shoe.
Okay, all right, we'll try that.
I just want to see if this will help it.
Okay. Yeah, and actually I was doing that a little bit. So inward out and then outward in.
You think?
Let your shoulders down forward. As you come up, we're gonna pull it through.
Okay.
So then we're stretching again, nice and stretching forward.
So again, all about stretching and mobility.
So I wanted your upper back hard. Feel the stretch in your lats. Okay. As you come up, you're actually holding. Set those shoulders back and roll it.
Okay. So that one right there with doing that pull, that dang thing, that'll stretch you out. Now my inside of my legs are real loose, it seems. Still not what I want to be, but now we learned something new. Now I learn how to slash with a katana.
Yeah, so we're gonna be here, arms out.
Okay. What does that focus on? Core. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Do you think I'll get that low?
Okay.
All right, so now the rest is just pretty much stretching. So as you saw, not a lot of muscle, like super heavy weight type stuff. It's more mobility, flexibility, core strength, toning certain areas. With the trainer, she teaches all of those things because those are hard to do on your own if you don't really know what you're doing. If you're not stretching the proper ways, if you're not actually making the movements in the right ways, engaging your core, engaging certain parts the right way, it makes it to where you're basically, you can hurt yourself. So that's the importance of a trainer in this portion. On the other days is when I'll come in and I'll show you, I come in and I'll do, you know, back, bicep, you know, forearm, stuff like that, legs, where we'll really actually get on the weights and do some weighted stuff. But she shows me the basic stretching, the mobile movements, the stuff that is really important for tightening your core and your legs and your hips and all that stuff. So that's what I hired her for. I didn't hire her to bring me in to become a bodybuilder or anything like that. It's more about mobility and flexibility. So yeah, that's the day. I'm gonna go stretch a little bit, do these few key stretches, and I'll show you, I'll run you through those a little bit, and then we'll get out of here. One of the stretches she has me do is put your foot up on the wall this way, with this leg up here, 45-degree angle. And this one really does the quad, and it also gets your hip a little bit. So you want to get to where your foot's flat, and then eventually you just ease into it. You don't want to go too far too fast because you want to stay in it for at least a minute. So as you get going, you start to press back, and eventually you get to where your heel is basically, you know, touching your butt. You know, but you got to ease your way into it and get to that point. And then for the last like 30 seconds, you know, then you hold it as far back as you can and just get it to where you loosen that leg up, you loosen the hip up, and you do this 3 times on each side for a minute each, you know. And then I'll show you another stretch that we have. It's called the 90-90 is what she calls it. I call it the S stretch, which is really good for stretching your hip flexor, all that stuff. I've started doing it before bowling just to get myself loose and to get a little bit of more mobility, because you got to realize that your muscles are super tight before you start bowling. Like, I don't care how young or old you are, you're going to be pretty tight. And so maybe the younger people get looser faster. So as you age, it's really important to do some type of movement, stretches and stuff like that before you bowl, to be able to throw shots at full speed a little bit quicker. You're not going to be able to do it right away, but at least on like your 4th or 5th shot, then it can be full speed. You can start seeing ball reactions, start actually paying attention to what you need to see out of your bowling ball. Otherwise, you're spending half the time, 5 minutes, 10 shots, getting loose before you can actually start to read ball reaction and try to make a decision on which bowling ball to use. You know, so you really got to pay attention to getting loose and doing these things beforehand. And I've never paid attention to it until now because I'm getting older, you know, and I want to be able to take my game to the next level. I want to be able to get better and better, and physically I'm getting better and all that. So now putting everything together physically, mentally, and with ball knowledge and all that, once I get it put together, we'll be in good shape. So now I'll switch and do the other side. All right, so now we got to do this S stretch, which is, you know, getting this left foot in front, the right foot back, and you're creating like a, you know, an S with your body here. And you try to get this foot up here as much as you can with this right back, because now we're stretching this back hip a little bit and this front hip, or actually, yeah, it's this front hip, this front side. And as we get into it, you just try to get as low as you can, basically to the point where eventually you can touch your face to your knee. I've been doing this for about a week now, and so I'm getting closer and closer. I'm not gonna go down right away because you gotta ease your way into it for about a minute. Let me get my timer going. There we go. You gotta ease your way in, just like that last one. You gotta ease your way into it and try to, you know, get yourself closer and closer as that minute goes. And then once you get to about 30 seconds, you know, you really try to get as low as you can and just hold it there for as long as you can. If you gotta come back up a little bit, that's fine to ease some pressure, but you just try to stretch that out as much as you possibly can. And try to get your face as close to the ground, as close to your knee as you can, and eventually I'm getting a little more flexible to where I can almost touch my face to my knee, but not quite. This one really, it gets the inside of your hammy too, just a little bit. I got about 10 seconds left here, so I'm trying to hold it as long as I can down. Definitely feel pressure on the hip. All right, so now that we are done stretching, we're pretty much done for the day. So I will run you through, just real quick, some of the different stuff that we have going on here, and you'll be able to see exactly the building that I use. So if you have an Edge Fitness near you, if you're around here, these places are actually pretty sweet. They have pretty much everything you can think of. They got the sauna, they got the Edge Cinema, which I showed you earlier, where you can go and watch a movie while you run and do cardio. They got group studio, where you can do group exercises and stuff. They got spin classes, they got everything. They got tanning, they got massage chairs, they've got, you know, personal training areas and stuff like that, squat racks and all that. So let me flip you around and I'll show you the rest of it. So you got the track here, which is for stuff like this. This is weighted, it's magnetized, and you can put extra weights on it. You can push it and pull it all the way down the track. So it's pretty good exercises for different things. You got the ropes, people stretching. Everybody here, a little bit of a squat rack. And you got all kinds of different leg machines, all kinds of different leg exercises, all the different cages. The cage here, where you can do all the different pulls and lat pulls and everything. The cross pulls here, same thing. All kinds of different benches, all the benches. Sometimes when you get here later in the afternoon and stuff, this place gets pretty busy. It's really difficult to get on a bench because there's so many people here. So it is better to get here a little bit earlier, but I'm lazy. I'm not a big fan of getting here early, but this is, you know, the time when it's best. So you got all of the weights. They've got everything you can think of as far as weights go, all the way up to 125 pounds. And then you come over here and you got the squat racks. This is usually where all the ladies hang out because they all want to work on the butt and everything. So, and then you got your dumbbell curls, curl bars, different machine presses, all kinds of different things, pulls. But this is the personal trainer area. This is generally where the older people come in because then they're using the weighted balls and they get more focus on one-on-one in this type of area with the ropes and the different machines and stuff like that. And then you have the ladies' locker room, the men's locker room over here, and everything up front is the tanning and all that stuff. So, but yeah, so that's the day. That's what we do here. This is the first day you saw. This is the second day that I've been here as far as the personal training goes. I'm here every day, otherwise doing other little things. So you should be going to a gym or having some type of personal, you know, training type situation going. You know, whether it be you sign up online and it lays out all the different types of workouts for you or what. I always recommend having a coach or a personal trainer of some sort just because they can help you to make sure your form is right. You know, make sure you're doing the right things and you're not going to hurt yourself. That's why I did it. It's expensive. Like this was like $600 a month or something. You get 8 sessions a month. It is what it is. You got to pay to get better. So I am going to put in the expense that I have to in order to get myself to the area that I want to be. You know, if that means I'm going to get a little bit worse, and if I'm bowling worse because I'm getting stronger over the last month, so be it. In the next month, as I get stronger and my body gets used to these movements and everything, it's only going to make life easier. So maybe I'm struggling now, maybe I'm making some changes now, but it'll be worth it down the road in the long run. So don't be afraid of making changes because you're worried about your short-term goals. You got to be looking towards long-term goals rather than the short-term stuff, because the short-term, it only gets you so far. How far do you really want to go? That's really the question in everything. So don't be afraid to make some changes. You know, if you got to change your body, you got to change your mindset, you got to change all those things. So get it done. I'm out of here. I'm gonna go shower, hit the sauna, and we'll see you guys next time.